We'll put it like that.
Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
Awesome.
It was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But, to watch that and to think I wished I was there live. So to have your video was so cool. And just say, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. I mean, first NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, that's just so cool to see. And it was fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory! What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those. One of the best guests ever, the Buccaneers in the house tonight. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by Lee Goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat Donovan.
It looks like Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like you got a little.
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, dang, nothing happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCann, still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then can I make it do it.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccaneers of wide receiver Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is the Buccaneers. You're tapped in, and here we go. Oh boy, are we in trouble. That's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, ladies and gentlemen. It's hit DEFCON 1, if not worse, as the Buccaneers no longer, for the first time in a long time, control their own destiny in the pursuit of the NFC South. But they're also not eliminated yet. And as bad as they've been playing, you just have to be thankful that there is an opportunity. College football on already. We got 3 bowl games today. A lot of bowl action this week here on the Bowl Blitz. Collabing with Toe in the Line. We got early football Saturday. Why not do some Toe in the Line Bowl Blitz collaboration as well with some good old Buccaneer football talk. Tampa Tones here alongside the great J-Lo. J-Lo, how the hell you doing, brother? Welcome back to the Bowl Blitz. Better times ahead, hopefully, for the Buccaneers.
Hopefully, man. This has been a really tough roller coaster ride, man. You already know, and many other Bucs fans know. But we had some good bowl games on today. We had a really good, finish with Coastal Carolina and Louisiana Tech. That was a good finish. And now we got Tennessee and Illinois. So, hey, if you want something to cheer you up, watch some bowl games.
Yeah, that was the Independence Bowl, Louisiana Tech and Coastal Carolina. That was a back-and-forth battle. Coastal Carolina was up big to start the game, up 14-6 at half. Though the game ended up being 23-14, I believe, in favor of Louisiana Tech. J-Lo, right now we have a fun one on U of I is actually battling. And one of my buddies who went to U of I was hoping that U of I played in the Outback Bowl because it would have been at Raymond James Stadium here tomorrow, and he would have flown down early for the bachelor party. But instead, what can you do? Now it's a Music City Bowl, J-Lo, between U of I and Tennessee right now on her hands.
No, and it's a good game. These are two teams that have really good power offenses. I think that's a good matchup. I like what I see there. That's a real treat. And then you got another one tonight, which we'll get into in a little bit. But for the most part, I like that matchup, And then tomorrow will be another good matchup. I believe it's Iowa. Who's Iowa playing at the
one bowl game at a time? We'll get there.
I know, my bad.
We still have the Alamo Bowl tonight, which should be a lot of fun as well for those trying to watch a U of I Tennessee game. It's currently live on ESPN right now. Good early battle between two pretty good teams there. J-Lo, 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. 16th ranked USC against TCU. TCU plus 4.5.
That's going to be a toss-up, really, because I believe TCU's quarterback went to the transfer portal, so Hoover's not playing, and USC's got most of their players back, so I think USC's got the advantage, but you never count out TCU. They're a good football program, very disciplined. I think that'll be a fun game to watch tonight.
Yeah, I believe TCU's quarterback is transferring. Hoover is in the transfer portal, and Maeva is playing for USC, I believe. So interesting stuff there. Give probably the edge to USC there because their QB's coming back, right?
Oh yeah, that's the only reason why I give it to USC. Lincoln Riley still has to prove himself. He hasn't done much at USC since he's left Oklahoma. To me, I feel he'll get it going. But I'm not going to count TCU in a blowout. I think TCU would definitely keep it close.
Yeah, then moving on here, J-Lo, we have other things to look into here on the bowl docket this week. A lot of bowl games loaded. Continuing on after tonight into the coming days. Tomorrow we have 23 Iowa plus 5 against 14th ranked Vanderbilt in the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa. Sorry, formerly the Outback Bowl, as I referred to earlier. Now the ReliaQuest Bowl here in Tampa.
It's kind of lame. Just to get back to the Outback Bowl, that was always a classic in Tampa that I'm very familiar with. So I don't blame you for recorrecting yourself on that. But Iowa Vanderbilt, great matchup. I believe Diego's playing at quarterback, so that should be an intriguing game with Vanderbilt trying to prove with a strong finish. They've actually recruited pretty well, so it'll be interesting to see how they move on next year. But I love the matchup, Iowa versus Vanderbilt. It'll be something to really enjoy to start the day off on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, tomorrow the New Year's Eve fun continues, Jayla, with the Sun Bowl as we really get into the thick of bowl games here. Arizona State plus 3.5 against Duke, the ACC champs.
I mean, Duke came out of nowhere and played the cards right, made the conference, and won the conference championship. Shout out to them and Manny Diaz, the head coach. Arizona State kind of went downward a little bit, and they lost their quarterback to the transfer portal. I can't get his name on top of my head right now, but for the most part, there'll be another game, close one. And, to me, I got to go with Duke. I like, what Duke's doing.
Continuing with the Sun Bowl tomorrow, with the Cheez-It Bowl, 18th ranked Michigan plus 7 against 13th ranked Tennessee. Obviously, Michigan went under a lot of duress with the whole Sherrone Moore situation. How will they respond here in the Cheez-It Bowl?
And that's the biggest question. It's such a great game they put together with Michigan versus Texas. Texas fell down. Arch Manning had the best year. But I'm looking forward to see what he does next year. But in the meantime, he'll play against Michigan. And I got to say, Michigan's in a tough spot right now. But I think they'll be competitive. Bryce Underwood, I like a lot at quarterback. He's still sticking around. So to me, I feel that's probably the best game of the day, if you ask me.
Another fun one tomorrow, J-Lo, the Las Vegas Bowl, Nebraska, 2-touchdown underdogs against coachless 15th ranked Utah. Nebraska's on their backup quarterback, remember.
I mean, that's tough to call, with Utah losing their coach who took the Michigan job. To me, I feel they'll still be competitive. I think they promoted somebody within to take over. I'm not sure. But Nebraska, I feel it's just, without Raiola, I'm not really confident in him, no disrespect. So I let Utah on that one.
Yeah, continuing on here with the Bowl Blitz live with J-Lo collabing with Toe in the Line tonight. Got a lot of fun talk to be had. The Cotton Bowl, 12th ranked Miami plus 9.5, and number 2 ranked Ohio State tomorrow night, 7:30, is the college football playoff quarterfinals is upon us.
I gotta say, man, Miami's got a really good defense. A really good defense. I'm not sold on Carson Betts still. I feel when he turns the ball over, he'll cost his team the football game. But this is going to be a small scoring game, I feel, where both defenses are really good. And to me, I feel Ohio State might have a little bit of the edge just because they have experience in the playoff system. But don't sleep on Miami. Miami can easily go in and pull off a really strong victory with their defense.
Thursday at noon, New Year's Day, the Bowl Fun continues. Oregon 5th, Texas Tech 4th in the Orange Bowl. Oregon minus 2.5.
Man, what do your Texas Tech is having? Do I think they'll be able to take on a team like Oregon, who's a powerhouse in my opinion? To me, that's going to be a high-scoring game. I think both teams are going to put up a lot of points. But I'm going to give the edge to Oregon a little bit more over Texas Tech. No disrespect. Congrats to Texas Tech where they've gotten. But to me, Oregon, I feel, will have more than the slightest edge just because of their playoff experience with their coach. And Dante Moore is an underrated quarterback. I like that kid a lot.
Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9th ranked Alabama plus 7 against number 1 ranked Indiana in the Rose Bowl college football playoff quarterfinal.
So this is going to be another big test for Indiana after beating Ohio State for the conference championship. Now you're going against Alabama, who's a team you can't really turn your back on. Ty Simpson is very underrated. I feel he performs really well. But I'm going to go with Indiana. I'm just confident. Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner, I feel he's going to get it going and get a close victory over Alabama.
Thursday night concludes the college football playoff quarterfinal with the Sugar Bowl, 6th ranked Ole Miss plus 6.5 against number 3 ranked Georgia.
This is a game where it's a revenge tour for Ole Miss because they had Georgia in their house, close in a close loss, and they gave the game away to Georgia. Do I feel like they're going to get revenge? I say yes. I think Ole Miss will go in there, upset Georgia, get their revenge, and move on to the next round. Because to me, Georgia's not that scary, and I feel Ole Miss is going to go in with a lot of firepower and pull the victory out.
Friday into 2026, the Bowl Fun continues, 1 o'clock Eastern. Rice, 2 touchdown underdogs against Texas State in the Armed Forces Bowl.
So Rice end up with a losing record in a bowl game. Do I see them beating Texas Tech? No, but I do feel it'll be a close one. I like Texas Tech over Rice.
Texas State, but yeah,
Texas State, thank you.
A lot of good teams in Texas. 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Pretty fun one here. Cincinnati plus 7.5 point underdogs against 23rd ranked Navy in the Liberty Bowl.
To me, I like Navy. I think they're probably going to pull the win out for sure. Cincinnati lost their quarterback to the transfer portal. He left. So to me, I feel with another quarterback in there, I feel Navy's the better team.
Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern p.m., the Bowl Blitz Bonanza continues as SMU is plus 3 at 17th ranked Arizona in the Holiday Bowl.
That one is an intriguing game because I always like SMU throughout the season. They're a team you can't look past, very competitive. Against a team like Arizona who's come up in the world once again and just, came out with only 3 losses. But I like SMU. I think SMU is going to pull out that win. I like them a lot. I like the Mustangs.
Last but not least on this week's Bowl Blitz, we'll still have 2 editions left with the playoffs looming here on the Bowl Blitz with J-Lo. This is it for this week. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Friday in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, Mississippi State minus 3.5 against Wake Forest.
Mississippi State losing record, but I like what Coach Libby's doing with Mississippi State. I feel they're going to be a much better team next year with more experience. But I'm gonna go Wake Forest. I think Wake Forest pulls out the win and just competitive. I like Wake Forest a little bit more than Mississippi State right now.
Trace Broadwater saying Gots to win Saturday versus Panthers, hoping Saints win Sunday. That is the Buccaneers' path to the playoffs. We will be chatting about that here shortly as we wrap up the Bowl Blitz. Joey's joining us. We'll have some coaches carousel talk to wrap up the Bowl Blitz. Joey, bag of donuts. How the hell you doing, brother?
I'm amped up. Mike North Jr. here, just really ready to have a great, extravagant evening. You know, we got a lot to talk about. We got bets. We got Tampa, Florida. There's things I want to talk about that I can't even be on here that I want to see this weekend. It's going to be a beautiful time. It's going to be an amazing time. I'm just so ready to celebrate with y'all for many straight days. And whatever you got for me, coach and carousel-wise, I guarantee I might hire myself instead of half of them.
All non-Chicagoans are probably like, who the hell's Mike North? But that is awesome. Good stuff.
Chris Berman, back, go.
Hey, we'll take Mike North, Berman, whoever wants to come. We'll take him all.
Morgan Freeman, fall away.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. We got Frank Caliendo Jr. here, I guess, today with Joey Bag of Donuts here on the Bowl Blitz to kick us off and then seeping to toeing the line. J-Lo taking over the coaching carousel here. J-Lo, obviously the big domino to fall. I called it a while ago. I said Michigan to cleanse their program should go with 1 to 2 guys. Keep Big Biff in there for a couple of years and clean house, or go after Utah's former coach Whittingham when he became available. And suddenly that seemed like a match made in heaven and became a done deal rather quickly. J-Lo, thoughts on Michigan's big hire? I think he'll do a good job cleaning house, getting that program back on track at the very least. He was very successful as a Utah Ute.
No, I could be more excited for him, especially being in Utah for a long time, turn him into a winning program, competitive. This will be a new challenge, a new mountain to climb for him, going to a big university at Michigan. But this is what Michigan needed. After everything went down with everything with their former coach, doing what he did is what it is. He's gone. Now you get a new fresh start with Whittingham, who I think might take a couple of years, but they'll definitely be back on the winning track a lot sooner than later. So shout out to Whittingham.
Joey, thoughts on Kyle Whittingham, Michigan 5-year deal? You think it's good? And if not, what side made out worse?
Kyle Rittenhouse or Whittingham? Sorry, I just was getting confused by the names here. I got a lot of names rolling through my head. I think it's a great hire. Like for being this late in the game, as you mentioned, Tones, you were kind of, peeping at it because really, if you looked at the options, I mean, Chip Kelly just got hired today. What a dog shit hire that was. No, I'm just kidding. I won't beef the guy too bad. He's a good OC maybe. But I like it. I mean, I think Michigan needed somebody with prestige, and this guy's got so many years of experience with Utah. Can you imagine with the Michigan funding now, what he might be able to create there? And they can move on fast from Sherromore. I believe they'll recover quite quickly.
Yeah, I think Michigan will as well. And again, it's more about the university than the coach for the recruiting purposes at the very least. So there you have it. That's the big one there in the world of college football. Whittingham to Michigan. A couple more small ones to fill and whatnot here along the way, but nothing crazy. J-Lo, Coastal Carolina didn't name Ryan Baird their head coach. Thoughts on that as Coastal Carolina has their 5th new coach in college football, in their college football history. We already did cover the Pete Golding to Ole Miss promotion, the Tavita Pritchard to Stanford, Bob Chesney to UCLA, Franklin to Virginia Tech, Eric Morris to Oklahoma State, Jamarcus Shepard to Oregon State, Ryan Silverfield to Arkansas, Matt Campbell to Penn State, Alex Mortensen to UAB, Summerall to Florida, Jim Mora to Colorado State, Lane Kiffin to LSU, Alex Golish to Auburn, Tosh Lupo to Cal, Neil Brown to North Texas, Jason Candle to UConn, Pat Fitzgerald to Michigan State, now J-Lo, Ryan Baird to Coastal Carolina.
No, I mean, there's been a lot of great hires. I'm very impressed with a lot of the movement going on One sold on all of them, but shout out to Coastal Carolina. I think they got a good coach in them that's going to help keep their program going, get them to competitive and winning big football games in their conference. For the most part on that one. But everyone else moving around, James Franklin, I think it's a good move where he's at Virginia Tech. I think he'll get that program going pretty quickly. Pretty much sold on him. And then the Oklahoma State University plucking the North Texas coach. I like him a lot as well. I think he's another one that's going to get Oklahoma State back to the winning trails as well. And, of course, John Summerall. I'm excited what he's doing. I love the coaching staff he brought in. All I know is Florida will not be having a losing record again next season for a long time.
Joey, Ohio had to go with the new coach after Brian Smith got fired for having some fun. It seemed like whatever the hell he was doing. Terrible story there out of Ohio. But these little schools, big schools, allegations galore that Sharon Moore and now Brian Smith fallen victim as John Hauser steps in there after personal professional misconduct.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I wouldn't get my hopes up on Hauser either. I see some picks that could be no. Anyways, yeah, it's just really bad what happens in some of these programs. You always think, hey, why is this happening to people? They are normal humans at the end of the day. Who cares? They have a few more pennies in their pocket. That doesn't mean their mental stability is always at its highest. So it's unfortunate, and to me, we joke with Cheryl Moore, of course. He'll end up quiet for a year, then he'll end up at like some small school, and then a guy like that for what he did. Really, the next steps for him need to be counseling and to work and get his life together. And we shouldn't see him coaching any kids in the next few years. It should not be that easy. And I just use him as an example, but there's plenty more.
Yeah, the difference is, regardless what Brian Smith did, and he's not a great coach, but he didn't hold a gun to someone's neck, right, or a knife.
I don't even know exactly what he did.
He got fired for probably doing, some fiddling around, but at least he didn't threaten to take any lives. I know he was
diddling and fiddling.
So, he might have a chance to rebound, whereas Sharon Moore, once you do the whole break-in and you're in jail, he's done. No team will hire that, in my opinion, put a fork in him. So good points there. J-Lo, take us home on the coaching carousel as Morgan Scaley got promoted by Utah. He was their defensive coordinator for 12 seasons.
Well, familiarity is one thing. And plus, it's going to help keep the recruits that they recruited into Utah. I think it's a smart move to keep it in-house for Utah. Will he do better than what Whittingham has done? We'll see. I feel he'll keep the train rolling. I don't see them falling down the cliff really that bad. Might take a step back next year, but we'll see. But I'm sold on what they did. It's smart going, keep it in-house.
We are live here on the Buccaneers with the hybrid show, Bucs Talk, the Bowl Blitz. Towing the line as we're closing out the Bowl Blitz. We'll be talking Bucs ball now, and then we'll do opening coin toss Saturday games and close out with some good old locker room talk. Win or lose, we need to rebuild, says Frank Bain. Yeah, that's I don't know about a rebuild, but I think a retool probably sounds more appropriate than a complete rebuild. But we'll all be at the game Saturday, live in Tampa, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Mike Evans bobblehead day, bachelor party time. Joey, thoughts on not only attending the game itself, but the Bucs put themselves backs up against the wall, and now for the first time in forever, they don't even control their own destiny.
Yeah, and one thing really quick on that comment, I just want to say, and I know Tones and J-Lo know this, of course, but rebuilding, a lot easier to say as a fan sitting in the 20th row than it actually happened. Because to be honest, when you rebuild, it usually gets much worse before it gets better. Not saying it's right or wrong. That's just my point on that. Looking at the Bucs Saturday, we've invested so much time and energy and effort into this, fellas. Us three have made a great bachelor party become A+. I can even say that before it even starts. So us three, I'm patting on the back right there, number one, and we deserve a victory. Now, it's a damn shame that yesterday's game went the way we did, but at the end of the day, for my team, your team's included, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. So go out there, end the season on the right note. Mike Evans, I saw a beautiful picture today with J-Lo and the fam, looked great. Mike Evans cares. You know, he showed that passion a couple weeks ago on the sidelines. He's a warrior, and he's probably doing it because he knows it's near the end, if not this year, next year, whenever, kind of in that Travis Kelce territory. So this dude wants to win, and if it's going to be the last one, let's send the bachelor party. Let's send Mike Evans. Let's send this out the right damn way. Todd Bowles, you know, get it together for one game on defense. Just go all hell loose on people, and let's just let it all loose this game. And whatever happens, happens. If we win or lose, put your best foot effort out there, and then there will be changes with the loss. I truly think a win and then sneak in the playoffs. Yeah, you might see some change here too, but have some damn pride. Clean up and let's go. You just lost to Quinn Ewers, a guy who was not even playing football for months. So let's get the heads out of the asses. Let's get a W. I can't wait to check out the club level and everything that comes in the great land of Tampa Bay, because it's going to be a great evening, and we just need a damn win.
J-Lo thoughts, what say you? Joey summed it up pretty well. Is Betty checking in saying hi, guys?
Betty and the Jets?
Betty and the Jets.
Sadly, it's been a rough roller coaster ride, like I mentioned earlier when the pod started. This team has dug themselves in a very bad situation to where there's no excuse for the last few losses we have had. But like Joey said, you got to go in there with a lot of pride. Go in there, try to pull out a victory. And don't just do it for Mike. Do it for Levante. This could be Levante's last official NFL game to where we might be witnessing for another thing. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully they'll pull out the win and give us some more motivation that we can root for the Saints tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, I'm sorry, the next day to get the victory against the Falcons. So to me, I feel this team is capable. They're more talented than Carolina. They got more talent in the team. I can argue with anybody on that. It's just poor coaching and execution. Like Baker Mayfield said in his press conference earlier today, everybody needs to execute and make plays. If not, then it is what it is. But talking with Mike today, brief second, because it was very quick. He seemed like a man that's very motivated, still wants to go out there and play his heart out and win football games. To me, I see this team not quitting. I just feel that they got to execute, which I think they can. Carolina's a very beatable team, and I feel if the plays come together the right way and execute and not turn the ball over, they will pull out the victory. And with Elijah Cansey, that's a big question mark. If he's back, that's a big help, especially with the DB room the way it is right now. But we can beat this team. We can compete with any team. It's not that we're getting blown out here. We lost in close games. So this team can pull out the victory. They just got to execute and make it happen. And I'm a firm believer that they can do it this Saturday.
Big Rican joining saying, O-H-I-O, Ohio. There we go. The Ohio State big Buckeye in the house. Our guy Bonomo saying just laid $250.
He's hot.
Bucks money line won't be denied. The money printer will print. Joey, thoughts on Big Rican, our guy Joe Bonomo, and then thoughts on Bruce Arians and Ian Rappaport, kind of thinking Todd Bowles might be safe after speculation that he might be on the hot seat.
Okay. How do I go in order here? Number one, not a big Ohio State guy, but I think they beat Miami, and I'm also not a big fan of Miami. I do want to see Georgia versus Ohio State. I think that'd be the clash of the best two teams in this year's tournament. So good luck to you, Mike. Hope all is well with the family and everything. Always, love talking sports with you. That's number one. Number two, Bonomo is hot as hell betting, so hopefully that streak keeps going. Just anything he touches turns to gold lately. And then number three, I did see the Bruce Arians one and a little bit of the Shefty. My gut feel on the whole thing is nobody knows shit about fuck, is the old phrase that people use. We're going to speculate. That's two Adam Schefter's, him and Rappaport are the biggest, reporters out there. So they're going to know more than most. Bruce Arians, one of the most respected coaches of all time, is going to know more than most. But truly, we're not going to me, know anything until a week from Monday. Maybe a week from Sunday. Sometimes things leak out. But I know this. I know what the only person that does know is Jason Light in his head right now. He's the only one. And which direction he goes will be very interesting. He tends to be a loyal guy. But sometimes enough is enough. when you're going through some big losing streaks and things happen and you don't see many players or coaches pulling it out of the water, maybe Jason Light has to pull things out of the water himself and make changes. So I would just say trust those people, of course, but take it with a grain of salt.
What say you, J-Lo, surrounding Bowles and the comments we've gotten in the media about Todd Bowles of late?
I mean, the only one I can really believe is maybe Bruce Arians, just because of his close connection with the Bucs, along with Rondé Barber as well, that he mentioned a couple weeks ago. But we got Ian Rappaport, shout to him. He's a good reporter. He puts it out there. But he's not local. He doesn't really know. He didn't even say my sources telling me. He just said his job seems to be safe, which I feel is not. And let's go repeat through history here. Dungy got an extension before he got fired. Boom, gone. Same thing with John Gruden. Got an extension the year before. The next year, boom, fired. So the Glazers are really going to make a strong decision on what they want to do. Do they really want to go through this again or move on? But it's too early to tell. But I do feel Bowles is going to have to make a serious run in the playoffs for him to keep his job. You know, unfortunately, it's just not working the way we all hope it would work for him. He had a lot of magic the last 2 years, and now this year his defense is falling apart. And I can't put all the blame because the players deserve some of the blame too, not in coverage schemes. Winfield's not playing like a Pro Bowler to me, if you ask me. To me, Taki Smith's the best player on the defensive field. That's just my opinion. But to me, Bowles, great man. I just don't see him keeping his job unless by some miracle he makes a run to at least the NFC Championship game. That's the only way I see him keeping his job. That's just my opinion. But in the meantime, I'm going to root for him. I'm hoping this team will come together because they do want to play for him. They do. They haven't gave up on him. Because some people say he's lost the locker room. I don't think so. It's just these players are not executing, and we don't have a pass rush. Simple as that. And that's where it falls back to Light. Light's got to take a lot of the blame as well. You didn't make it within the trade deadline to help this team improve. Instead, you sat on your hands, or maybe you did attempt. We don't know. But to me, I feel you didn't make a strong effort to make this roster better. So now in the offseason, I think Light keeps his job, but he's going to have to go out there and hit a home run with that net head coach and start spending some draft picks on some top players, which we can talk about in the offseason.
And if the Buccaneers did elect to move on, remember, it would technically only be Jason Light's second hire, as Todd Bowles and Dirk Cutter and Lovie Smith were all force-fed to him. Bruce Arians was his one go out. I'll say this on Todd Bowles. I think his seat is hot, but I don't think it's as hot as some people think it is. I think that he has a little more leeway. And if he did get removed, I don't think he'd be fired technically. I think he'd become a front office consultant and eviscerate into the night through that. I don't think it would be a complete washing of the hands of Todd Bowles. So I'll just put it like that. That's my opinion. I do think that his seat is hot. I'm not saying he's completely safe, but I think there is a good chance he does stick around. I think it's better than what people think. Gerald McCoy gets the same vibe. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I'm not saying he sticks around for sure, but if I do think he goes, I don't think it's a firing. I think it's more of a upper management type role. The great former Buccaneer and Colt in the house, the great big game James joining us, our guy. James Canada. What's up, fellas? What's up, James? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you, my friend. We hope everything is well.
One of the best to talk to. One of the best.
Yeah, I'd love to get your thoughts in the comments if you have any on Todd Bowles. But Joey, last minute thoughts on the Bucs, the bachelor party, 4:30 Eastern. Going to be a lot of fun. Mike Evans bobblehead day. Fun times ahead.
Very fun times ahead. A lot of work has gone into this bachelor party, as I already mentioned, and we're going to make it great no matter what the results are. I think that's the key. We can control what we can control, right? We talk about that a lot. Sadly, we can't control between the lines, but what we can control is all the plans we made, all the great stuff we're going to do in Tampa, and have a blast, because that's what this is for. It's meant to have one big last hoorah, and that's fully what we plan on making it, with a bunch of great people in a great city that we love to call home part-time. So, yeah, no, it's really going to be awesome. And I know that 4:15 start is a lot of people's heads, especially on this trip, probably about half are going to be focused on that more than most, but we go day by day, minute by minute, and we'll see what the Bucs can do. Can they step up on their home turf too, right? Your last showing on your home turf, even if you make the playoffs, you get a home game, but it's going to be against a very challenging opponent. Go out and beat a team that you're on the same level with as of right now, especially record-wise. And James commented on here too about the defense. He responded back to you, Tones, actually, if you wanted to mention that. But that's what I got to say. I'm just ready. I'm locked and loaded, and results do matter. It's a results-driven league, but we're going to have a freaking blast.
And I agree with Big Game James. It's not just one unit or factor. It's a bunch of things, right? The personnel isn't there. We haven't made enough adjustments correctly. And that's really almost on every side of the football. I know Baker's been playing a little banged up, and I know we do have injuries on the offensive line, but same to say with that. Special teams has been the worst unit of the three almost, and that's very bad stuff. J-Lo, take the Bucs talk home, the bachelor party talk home. Very exciting times ahead for the weekend upcoming in Tampa for the guy.
Hey, it's for all the marbles, man. Bachelor party. We're going to have a hell of a time when y'all come down, and the rest of the crew, we're going to be squad deep, ready to go Saturday afternoon, going to the evening. I mean, this is for all the marbles, all the fans that jump ship, I see ya. We're still going to go. We're going to root for our team. We're going to root for them to get a victory. Even though we don't control our own destiny, but we're going to at least go in there and go out with a bang, go out swinging, not going out and letting a team come in our house again and beat us in our house. I think, honestly, this team wants to win, and I feel that they can pull the win. Just got to execute, not turn the ball over like I mentioned earlier, and have confidence, man. This team is so talented. You got experts that have won championships on this team still that know what it takes to win the football game. And to me, the bachelor party is going to bring a lot of hype. We're going to be ready to go. It's going to be an awesome time. Can't wait to see the smile on my boy's face, playoff environment. Let's do it for Tones, man. Go out there, win it for our boy Tones for his bachelor party. And just all you got to do is get a win. Just get a W. If you get the win, it creates a lot more confidence that we didn't go out like the way we've been going out the last few games.
And one quick comment for the people who already want to move on to next season. I'll just be very blunt about it. It could sound a little candid, but football season's going to be there next year. The person behind the computer, us on the podcast, there's no guarantees at life ever. You enjoy every football game you get. We have plenty of time in the offseason to worry about the bullshit. Life is one day at a time. That's how precious it is. Football seasons are guaranteed. So one day at a time and get a victory.
Well said.
That's all we could. Jinx, J-Lo, you owe me a soda or Mike Evans bobblehead.
I got you, bro. I got you in a 6-pack. Don't worry. I got you in a whole 20-pack I got here. So don't worry. I got you.
Love it, love it, love it. Hope I don't
more than that.
Hope I don't get the Venmo request later, but no, I'm kidding.
We sent his ass enough money.
Yeah, but we got a hell of a weekend ahead for the Tampa takeover. Going to be incredible. 24, 25 of us just running wild in the Bay. Going to be a lot of fun. If you are running wild in the Bay, we'll be there. Hit us up. Let us know live on the Buccaneers here. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe button, turn that notification bell on. Betty's saying, well said, Joey, agreeing with you. The great Betty still joining in here on the Buccaneers. And we do appreciate liking, subscribing, and turning the notification bell on YouTube. It's a big help to grow the show. Memberships, super chats as well. Always appreciated, never expected on the Buccaneers. As we'll wrap up with a couple mini toe in the line segments, opening coin toss, couple Saturday games, Joey. Anything catching your eye from either one of those games? And we love you too, Betty. We love you too.
And ask me that again because I just got another stupid bachelor party question. Sorry.
Opening coin toss, Saturday's games. Anything catching your eye?
Sorry, you know exactly who I'm talking about, so it won't be as much shock. Yeah, exactly. It's like take the 4X.
Wash your socks, buddy.
Wash your socks. Wash that Michael Jordan shirt, because you know that ain't clean. Anyway, What's going on here? If you want me to look at Saturday, okay, I could pick out something Saturday. Sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is towing the line as well. This is the opening coin. We could skip the opening coin if need be. That's fine. That's fine.
No, I thought we were going to just use the tomorrow's game.
All right. What
But
do you
know
want
what?
tomorrow? What game's tomorrow?
Miami, Ohio State. But you guys win all the college, so you want to stick with me with NFL. I get it. We're going to do opening coin toss here. We're going to do, you know what? Screw it. We're doing it. We're doing the Panthers and the Bucs.
What say you? What's a big bet?
I'm looking at the line right now. I listen, I don't care.
If you dig into these, a lot might not be out yet because we are only on Tuesday into Saturday, but
I got to spread it an over-under at least.
Yeah, there's still a good amount of bets out there. I got minus 143 in the money line, Bucks sitting at -2 and the over-under at 44.
Yeah, and it's 75 and sunny. That is beautiful. For us people in the Chicago, where it's like, holy shit, it's freezing to keep the heat on full time. Not most ideal thing. So I can't wait for that. But I'm taking the Bucks. I'll give the 2 points as well because payback's a bitch. 2 weeks ago, they had the game. They could have won it, and it fell on them at the last second. Touche to Carolina. But you blew your chance by not beating Seattle and could have had this wrapped up. So I think the Bucs take the opportunity right back on their home field. Mike Evans has a touchdown. I would bet that as well, fans out there. Mike Evans' touchdown is my mini bet, and my big bet is the Buccaneers spread.
J-Lo, do you endorse that?
No, I do. I'm full behind Joey on it. I agree with everything he says. But I'll throw one out better.
Better, he says.
Levante David gets an interception and possibly final game.
Your mic went out a little bit. What did you say, J-Lo?
I'm better than you, and you know it.
Can you hear me now or no?
Yep, you're like the damn guy from the Sprint commercial.
Good. Anyway, I let Levante David to get a pick. I think he's going to step up to the plate like it's his last game ever. For real. I think he's going to get a pick and perform for the fans. I like how he got Chris Godwin and Mike together after the game, after that tough loss the other day. I feel that's going to be the key point that Levante's going to go in there, get a pick, get a sack, put everything he's got on the line like it's a championship game, baby.
Should have been doing, I agree, but should have been doing that the past 6-7 games. But yeah, I do agree. And it is sad. Him and Mike Evans' time could be running out. I mean, is it a coincidence they're doing bobblehead day for this day? Who knows? Who knows? Nobody does besides Levante and Mike. And who knows if they even know yet as well. Yeah, those are cool. We'll definitely get him Saturday because we get in earlier than everybody else as well. So we're making sure we get there early. Was yours signed, J-Lo, your bobblehead, or no?
No, unfortunately, because
I
of
think
scheduling.
somebody sell one on eBay that was signed somehow.
So there were fans after they took the picture with Mike. They waited outside the building for him to leave. He probably might have signed a couple of them because they were trolling him before it started. But timing-wise, he just didn't have enough time to sign everybody autographs. So they came out, because I was at the back of the line because I came late, and they pretty much said that he only had enough time to take quick pictures, quick interaction, because he has to go back to the facility because he practiced in the morning time. They got a break, and he was kind enough to come do this for the fans still.
Just an awesome guy. And then Bucky Irvin next week, right?
Yeah, next Tuesday. So, hey, I mean, if the timing's right, maybe, but we'll get to that discussion when you guys get here. For the most part, to me, Mike's just a great human being. Levante David, a great human being. I've been at many events where he took pictures, signed autographs.
Yep, you're hijacking the segment now. Moving on here. We love you, J-Lo. We love Levante. We love Mike Evans as well. But damn it, we're towing the line here. And we're going to move on. We're towing that damn line. Joey, and an ode to Shiano. Toes on the line. What say you? What are you looking at this week?
You know, I'm going to try because the National Football League, between the referees, our two teams here, and other shit that's gone on has raised the blood pressure enough. But
The
But I
refs were
do-
terrible last night again. Missed a Puna Ford illegal hands to the face against him. Missed a pass interference late. Just disgraceful.
Yeah, and I'm going to add to that. We talked about it Sunday. The stupidest thing, get rid of the fucking virtual spot thing now, because all it is where the people put the ball, the referees, and they're idiots on top of that. So you're having an idiot place the ball, and then you're going to go just off of that instead of what we thought would happen is where, you know, all this great technology, which they use in many other areas of life that don't have as much money as football, they fucking can pick up where the football was and actually have a true measurement. So NFL, get your head out of your ass. Stop being cheap when it comes to the refs and this technology shit. Make things better. Stop having games decided by zebra shirts that should be Halloween costumes. Get it together for next season. You've done a very poor job in the past couple years. And stop paying people like Dean Blandino and fucking Mike Pereira and fucking, the guy with the fucking schnoz on CBS. Stop paying all those schmucks to make calls, and then New York or the refs go against them anyway, so you feel even worse about it. Enough's enough. Fix the damn thing. That's what I'm towing the line on.
Yeah, I don't get how referee experts in New York could differentiate. If they were that good, they'd all always agree, which they don't. So it's all a crock of horse shit, dog face, pony soldier syndrome. Adopt the ACC's policy where you go behind the scenes with the ACC and hear why they're making a call. J-Lo pops text into the show. The Bucs should blitz. If Bowl's going down, go down blitzing. Quick thoughts on that, 30 seconds.
No, I couldn't agree more. Pops. If he can't, the front four can't get to the quarterback, blitz the hell out of him. What you got to lose? Let them try to beat you deep on the deep ball, because Bryce Young can't really complete a deep yard pass, so why not put the pressure on him? So I fully agree with that. Blitz Avante or blitz Avante Dennis, because Avante Dennis was actually doing good blitz against Josh Allen earlier in the season. Why not? So I'm with Pops. Blitz the shit out of him.
Joey, the state of the AFC South, Colts, Texans, Titans, and Jaguars. 2 teams are starting rookie quarterbacks. 2 teams are fighting for the AFC South. You have the Jaguars and Texans battling for upper seeding, and you also have the Colts and Titans who are starting a pair of rookie quarterbacks in Cam Ward and Riley Leonard.
Yeah, and we're not even going to talk about those 2 teams, because if you look at their second half of the seasons, enough said right there in the records. I don't care who's hurt or who you played. It just sucked. The top 2 teams, I give them a lot of credit. If you got that applause thing that goes on, I would never do it for the Jaguars and Texans. Now is the only time these teams have won many games in a row, and they've closed the door on when they needed to make the playoffs. December football, we say, is when it starts. Both of those teams are undefeated. Jacksonville has won at Denver and at Indy in that stretch. Houston has won at the Chargers. They beat at Chiefs earlier. That might have been, early December in Kansas City that closed the door on them. These 2 teams are not going to be fun to play in the playoffs no matter what, especially Houston, because of that defense. So kudos to the Texans and Jags. You're ahead of the postseason. I hope neither of you sniff the championship game, but I'll give the credit where credit is due, and that's your state of the AFC South.
J-Lo, quick thoughts as we close the door on Phillip Rivers' return. Thoughts on that, and will it be cookie-cuttered in the future, you believe?
No, I mean, shout out to Phillip Rivers, giving his best effort he could to help this Colts team. He was very intriguing, years not playing football, but he went in there and did his best to go out there and compete to give the Colts the best chance to win. So shout out to him, wherever that decision is. I wish him the best, and it was great seeing him play football again. Bring me back to my childhood memories.
It was really cool stuff seeing him and JPP make a couple of plays last week as well. Joey, Sunday, sweet treat time. Where you looking? Where you heading with Sunday?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the biggest treat I'm going to definitely give out right now, I'm sending you a very sad text message, Sean, too. Not sad and actual sad. Just people are not thinking clearly these days. I guess we got to do it for them. Anyways, back to the point at hand. The number 1 seed is on the line in the NFC. It is a massive game. And for people that were doubters of Seattle, like myself, I'll admit it. Wasn't huge on the coach, wasn't huge on the quarterback. They both proved me wrong. JSN has become one of the top 3 receivers in the National Football League, and their defense gets after it. And then obviously San Francisco, I want to give you so much credit, because with Kittle out the last game, Trent Williams out last game, they beat the Bears in a shootout. Then on defense, we know who they lost for the year with Bosa and Warner. Whoever wins this game deserves a huge, massive week off that is very well deserved. And I would be very afraid to play a team that gets some rest in one of those stadiums, as being the 49ers, to me, are the most talented team. And Seattle has a great home field advantage. So that would be my massive Sunday. And then my mini one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your quick audible, your last minute quick sick audible you're making for your mini Sunday?
It was gonna be Bucs.
Randy Elks in it. I'm sorry. Keep going though. This is just pathetic stuff. Just pathetic stuff.
It's bad. But my mini one would have went to the Bucs game, but since it's not fully winning in, I'm gonna do something a little crazy. Because there's no jinxes with how
we need a gong rip if you're going crazy.
Go ahead. After the Bucs win on Saturday, the mini treat will be between the Saints and the Falcons. You have a 3-0 Shuck going up against a talented Atlanta team. And the mini Sunday will be next year's direction. The Saints seem to have a decent path, while the Falcons are wondering if Raheem the Dream can keep it alive and end on a win streak. So my mini Sunday will hopefully be the Saints taking the Buccaneers to the playoffs.
That would be poetic justice. It'd be like the Reds making it last year. Remember when they backed in on the last day of the baseball season? Hey, how the hell you can. J-Lo, quick thoughts. If the Bucs get help and get in, I'll be more than fine with that.
No, absolutely. We won't say no to help, especially when it's a division rival helping us get in there. Either way, they don't like us or the Panthers, but hey, we'll take the help anywhere we can. I think they hate the Panthers more than us at this point, maybe vice versa. But to me, I feel the Bucs get in, they're going to be a scary team. Even with the bad defense, if the offense gets right, they'll be a scary team. And that, to me, is very intriguing if the Saints can pull the win, which I think they can. Kyle Shutt's been playing good ball. I'm confident he might be able to pull the win.
Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, on this collaboration of Bowl Blitz and Towing the Line. Bowl Blitz, Towing the Line.
Scissor me, Daddy!
All righty. All right. Well, there we go. AEW shout out, Max Caster right there. Joey, locker room talk, get those hands dirty. What say you as we close things out on Towing the Line?
Who should we get them dirty with? Chip Kelly, Jerome, Sharon?
Continue with a chip. Pete, how about Pete Carroll wearing the glove on Sunday?
Yeah, because his finger was probably so far up his own asshole before the game, he should just fire himself after week 18. Yeah, that was a wasted experiment. My locker room talk, guys. How many I hate to end negatively, but I wonder how bad Black Monday is going to be. We're right around the corner from it. There's a lot of teams that are going into this week where I don't know, it's up in the air on a lot of these jobs. Like, what have we seen that's what do we think's a guarantee, boys? What do you think's a guarantee firing it? Who's as good as dead in the coffin? I'll start by saying Pete Carroll.
Little bit of breaking news that it's not completely breaking, but now you got JCL in front of the programs echoing what Bruce Arians echoed, saying not many closer to the source in Tampa than Arians echoes what Rappaport said on Sunday. And another verified source, the Pewter Plank, is saying, not saying I agree or like it, ... but I think we might need to start accepting the ideas of Todd Bowles being the Buccaneers head coach next year. So, Joey, at first we kind of started the show that, some media sources aren't really talking about it. Now, if there's smoke, there's fire. You got a couple of Bucs sources kind of saying, we might have to believe in Bruce Arians and Ian Rappaport here.
Yeah, and just as I was talking about, Coach, that for sure fired, this one seems to not be. And listen, I'm kind of used to this with Indy a little bit lately. A lot of people will be pissed off in the next week, and then things settle down. You get in the off season, you get the ball rolling. So All I could say to people that are going to fully buy into the speculation, because it is good and close sources like King JC or Bruce Arians, hey, you can't change it. You can't do anything about it. What's got to happen is things got to get better under that then. If you're not going to change the top, change the ingredients underneath. You got to look at your OC. You got to look at the DC. I know that's Todd Bowles. You got to look at who's calling plays. You got to look at how do we get this team to stay healthy? What can we do in the draft? So people don't panic. If you're one of those Todd Bowles haters, you can't fix it. He's a pretty good coach, and he's a great guy. They need to change things under that. When he's had great talent, he's made the playoffs. This year he got injured, and Baker didn't play as well. So if he has another chance, ride with it and make things better underneath.
Love that. J-Lo closed things out with thoughts on Josh Williams clearing waivers. Bucs practice squad. He is back. The team released running back Michael Wiley from the practice squad today.
For some reason, they really like that kid. They really like him a lot, especially keeping him around as long as they did throughout his suspension. So I'm all for it. You know, he's shown some flash that he could be a great
You're fading again. Not sure. Joey, take us home. Close us out. Last minute thoughts, brother.
Yeah, ever since he said he was better than me or whatever that bullshit was, MJF said here, nah, I'm better than you, and you know it. I'll take it home. Us three boys, you know what? Like I said, I keep patting us on the back. We planned a great trip this weekend. We'll be headed out New Year's Day. Yes, New Year's Day morning, me, Tones, and 4 others on the same flight to Tampa Bay, where J-Lo will pick us up, and we'll land in one of the best Airbnbs in the city outside of Tampa and Lutz. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be hitting all the big spots. We're going to be doing a lot of great things. So if you know Tones, if you know J-Lo, or like JC Allen, who he mentioned, people that we're going to be around, come up and say hello to us. You'll probably have a free drink and an appetizer in your hand in moments. We're good people. We like everybody. That's what this podcast was always about before even the Buccaneers. It was about bringing people together. Yes, we talk sports, but we're a family here. We're just not bullshit to try to get creative content and make money, because the money we made, we don't even, we use it for smart things, not for stupid. So we deserve this weekend. We're going to go out on top. Even if our teams don't, we're here to win the weekend as a bachelor party for Tones and send him off the right way to his great lady. And that's towing the line week 18.
That was beautiful. J-Lo, take us home on the Bowl Blitz, and then we got to get the hell out of here.
Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hopefully you can hear me better. My apologies. I will work on that. And can't wait for the bachelor party. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to scoop y'all up. We're going to have a good time and just make so much fun, so many memories out of it before we send our boy to marry life to his wonderful lady. And hey, until next time, Bowl Blitz, thank you for tuning in.
We'll be back tomorrow live on Wind Up Wednesday here on the Buccaneers Saturday Showdown collaboration there. Breadwinners, so much more. Joey Nips, J-Lo, Tampa Tones. We'll be running wild Thursday through Tuesday in the Bay, Tampa Bay.
Hey!
We'll hang out, hit us up, and mostly good guys on the trip. A couple of them, mostly good guys. Love you all. Love everybody. Great.
Love them, hate them, love them.
Love him, hate him, love him. It is what it is. We'll see you guys on the other side. Pops predicts 7 coaches fired. We'll see if he's right. See you guys later on tomorrow's show. Bro, we'll put it like that.
Nice.
What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
Awesome.
It was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time. How was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But, to watch that and to think I wished I was there live. So to have your video was so cool. And just that, hey, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. I mean, first NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a this. It's so cool to see. And it's just, it was fun to watch. And yeah, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory. What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those one of the best guests ever, the Buccaneers in the house. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat
It looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like you got a little.
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, hey, nothing's happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCann, it was still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then kind of make it do it.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccaneers, a wide receiver.